Oh, fuck me. Oh, for fuck's sake, stop doing that. Good morning, motherfuckers. Nope, don't want that. Didn't want that at all. That's not exactly it. Fuck. Okay, download. Jesus Christ, you think this is the first goddamn time I'm doing this? I only do it 9,000 times. All right, download complete. Back over to studio, over to lives. Yeah, it's hot out there. It's hotter than a hooker's doorknob on Nickel Tuesday. What's up? The fucking temperature. That's what's up. I'm almost done. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking problems every time. Come on, let's go. Carrie, good morning. Good afternoon from France, MC. Sup? Same shit, different day. Come on, man. Give me what I need. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. There I go. There I go. There I go again. What's new and improved on Wednesday morning for y'all? Other than the fact that you probably have a severe case of swamp ass going on. Just a healthy dose of swass moisture nestled in your taintal region. Mm. Spencer, hello. Thank you very much. We're doing our level best to stay cool, Carrie. We have the AC set on 71, all of the curtains drawn. Am I getting ready for work? No. Colcom? I'm I don't know if you're new around here or not, but what do you think I do for a living? Just I'm asking. I'm not being snippy. I'm just asking. Carrie, you are getting ready for work. Thank you guys for tapping the heart button. That greatly helps the live. It really does. You were stung by over 20 yellow jackets the other day? Fucking A. I was just asking, Colcom. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Wow. I was asking because most people know what I do for a living is this. And I was asking if you were new around here and if you were, what you thought I did for a living. That's all. Maybe try decaf. Drinking coffee and watching you live. Well, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. You're still itchy from all the, I would imagine, from all the stings. I mean, Jesus. These are the hot days that get folks to consider a finished basement. Conley, good morning. What is this? Learn how to get a $50 statement credit on your Sam's account. Well, that is unfortunate. Styrene. Go home and have your babies. Hey, we found the first bigoted asshole who doesn't understand the Constitution of the United States this morning. Derek, do you know what the 14th Amendment says in regards to birthright citizenship, or are you just naturally a dumbass? Love from India. Thank you very much. So when can we send missed or most of the Trump kids back, right? Opinion on tourism birth. It happens. If you're born in this country, you are a fucking citizen. It's been that way for over 100 years. The 14th Amendment to the Constitution is crystal fucking clear. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens. All persons, not these persons, not certain persons, not persons that are born to an American citizen, not persons who look a certain way. All persons born in the United States of America. You don't like that? Get a constitutional amendment get together to change it. Benadryl for the you talking about for the yellow jacket stings? Yeah, no. My guess is I'm going to need a little bit more than Benadryl if I was stung that many times. But then again, I'm allergic to bees, so I don't know what a yellow jacket sting would do to me. It's a shame that it's news when the government is held to the Constitution, right? It's a shame that that decision wasn't fucking unanimous. Where's my wife today? She is visiting an old high school friend. Her and her friend get together every now and again. We attended her wedding. She's a lovely woman. Uh, You had to get a steroid shot for the stings, couldn't stand the itching on day 2. Yeah, that oof. What's good, brother? Still loving that guitar on your wall. Do you play? No, I do not. This is art, which is why it's on the wall. I don't know how to play any instruments. This is one of a couple of music tribute walls I have in the house, and I just wanted to bring an element of music into the onto the wall. And so I had, you can see the top of the head here. I had this old cheap ass acoustic guitar hanging there when my wife bought me this one. I'll smoke some weed with a man I disagree with on many things. How's the mom of fart? Huh? Trump has been impeached twice, and if the Democrats take the House, he'll probably be impeached the third time. Having said that, impeachment and removal are two different things. So he's already been impeached. I'll smoke some weed with a man I disagree with on many things. How's the morn, old fuck? My bad. I zipped right through that. That's on me. That's me. The morning is fine. I'm off of work today. I've watered the garden. I've watered the flowers. I've given the dog his medication. I've done a little doom scrolling. And now I'm going to kill a little bit of time with you fine folks before I go shave the cat. And no, that's not a euphemism. I have to actually shave our long hair cat. Yes, I put that together now, Lord. And yes, I am an old fart. I have a question about watering flowers. Is it true that if you, in the heat of the day, they die fast and you have to wait until the heat of the day is gone? Okay, I never, ever, 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 if I can avoid it, water flowers or garden plants in the heat of the day. Um, you think you're giving them enough water, but what is happening is more of that water is evaporating more quickly, and it does not have the same effect. The other thing that people have do by mistake, I think, is they go grab the hose, turn it on, and start watering. Well, if it's the height of the heat of the day, the water in that hose is boiling hot. And you're just putting boiling hot water on your fucking plants. You got to let that run a little bit to get some cool water in there. I water early in the morning. I watered at 6:15, 6:30 this morning, and then I'll do it again at 4:30, 5 o'clock tonight. Cool story. You want to elaborate on that, Josh? Yeah, don't the water cooks, it boils, it bakes, whatever you want to, whatever terminology you want to use in the heat of the sun. So you do want to water morning and afternoon. It's another it's one of many things you have to consider when you're putting in landscaping, which is what I did for a living for 26 years. It's a big reason why I highly recommend that people don't put decorative rock in their landscaping beds, but rather put mulch in there. Um, well, first and foremost, mulch breaks down and provides more nutrients to the soil. Rock doesn't do that. For sure, best president of my lifetime. Okay, opinions vary. We weren't even talking about him at the moment. We were talking about something completely different. But hey, you sit there and be obsessed until I'm done with my story, okay, buddy? Okay. Um, Rock doesn't break down and provide nutrients the way mulch does. Mulch acts as a cooling blanket in the summer and an insulating blanket in the wintertime. The opposite effect is what you get with a decorative stone. Stone heats up in the summertime and draws more moisture out of the ground, and in the wintertime they provide no insulation. And it's essentially like having a dumping a bucket of ice cubes around the base of your plants. Additionally, uh, mulch retains moisture. Uh, Rocks don't, and actually cause more evaporation from the ground. From a financial standpoint, you rock one time and you're done, and you don't have to keep doing it like mulch. But from the benefit of the plants, mulch is far better than rock. Josh, you might be in the wrong room, Puddin'. You might be in the wrong room, Puddin'. I mean, you can hang out here just long enough for us to get pissed at you and eventually block you, but you're in the wrong room. Okay. We in this room, for the most part, are anti-Trump. Now, if you want to have an intelligent conversation about politics, we can do that. There are plenty of people on the MAGA side that I allow to stay in the room because they have intelligent conversations. But if you just want to come in here and go, he's the fucking greatest president of my lifetime, then you serve no purpose. Okay? Hate-filled TDS sufferers don't really bother me, and neither do ignorant fucking MAGAs like you, and that's why you just got blocked, because you're not interested in a real conversation. You want to come in here and spew talking points and bumper sticker slogans and talk about TDS, and I just told you, if you want a real conversation, we'll have a real conversation. Since you weren't interested in a real conversation, fuck off. All the way. If you could fuck all the way off to the end of the block, and when you get there, turn left and fuck off some more. Stupid motherfuckers. I can't. Hi, how you doing, Spider? I can't get any MAGA to explain how it's okay for Trump and his kids to be anchor babies and his wives to be all immigrants. Well, not all of his wives were immigrant. His second wife was an American-born woman, Marla Maples. His first wife and his third wife were immigrants. But yeah, it's okay for him because they're hypocritical pieces of shit. Ooh, the kids are out early. I can hear that scream where the kids feel it sounds like they're being pulled into a fucking van and they're screaming for their life. That's how they, not the guy that lives directly behind me, the guy that lives directly behind me, but over one. His kids run around the backyard and just scream bloody fucking murder like they're being assaulted. Have fun, but Jesus Mary, Joseph, you have to sound like somebody's fucking attacking you. MAGA is not a majority. No, MAGA is actually the minority of a minority party when you look at the numbers. Your 12-year-old is an indoor. My 14-year-old is an indoor cat. Yeah, he doesn't like, which blows me away why he signed up for football. But yeah, today's Wednesday. Yeah, a week from now, I will be at LaGuardia getting ready to get on my plane to fly back. How was the weather in Chicago? If you could possibly draw a mental image of how hot Satan's taint is on a hot August day in South Alabama, that plus about 150 degrees. If you've ever had a casserole cooking away in the oven and then you went to go check on it, you opened it up and you just like fucking climbed in the oven to get a personal look at it, that plus 30. How do you not go insane living with your conservative parents? I don't know. weed and habitual masturbation? You tell us. You're the one that's doing it. I go live every week, multiple times a week, Amachi. And for those of you who do not know and have not been in one of my lives, Primate, how you doing? All of the lives I've ever done are saved on my channel in the form of a very long video. If you go to my channel homepage here and you start scrolling down and you see the for you most popular videos, shorts, at the bottom you'll see past live streams and all of my lives. This one will be there when we're done. If it's 117 degrees inside the plant you work at, that's damn near abusive working conditions, in my opinion. Vermont in the 90s all week? Fuck that, man. Vermont is supposed to be like fucking ski cabins in the Northwoods. Yeah, no, 90s are fucking vile. 80s are disgusting, but 90s are fucking vile. And for the people that love the 90s and the 100s, what is wrong with you? But Tom, you love dead of winter cold. Yeah, you want to know why? A, I'm a fat fuck. B, dead of winter food provides some of the coolest meals coming out of crock pots that stick to your fucking ribs. C, I fucking hate to sweat. I hate it. 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 D, I can layer the fuck up. I can only take off so many clothes before it becomes a felony, or at least a misdemeanor. A plethora of individuals, mainly those who pathologically can't stop thinking about politics, give it a rest. Really? How about a badass seal who caught a salmon yesterday? Okay, I understand what you're saying, Lord, but you do understand that my content is like 90% political. So if you're going to be upset that people come into the comment section of this live to discuss political issues, you know what I mean? It's predominantly what I do. The main thing I talk about are political and social issues. And from there, I then talk about music and Gen X culture and weed and food and travel and parenting and all of that shit that all goes with life. But predominantly, I'm doing political content. So that's why people are going to show up. They're going to ask political questions. They're going to want to know thoughts on things that happen. You know what I mean? Oh, the one trying to get you to engage it. My bad. My bad. Okay. You love the spring and fall the most? My favorite season, it's probably fall, with winter being a close, close second. Then you get a little bit distant and you get spring, and then you get way the fuck down in like Perth, Australia, and and that's how far away my interest or my love for summer is. I if summer were 3 weeks to a month, it would be perfect. Give me time to swim in the pool for a few days, light off some fireworks, have a couple of barbecues, and then right back into fall. Is next week the concert you going to with your son in New York? No, the concert I'm going to with my son is in September in Northern Indiana, and it's AC/DC. The concert that's happening next week, I'm just going to New York sort of as a chaperone, just to kind of help my wife and my daughter get in and out of New York. But that concert is going to be, my wife is going to go, our daughter, our 21-year-old daughter is going to go, and our nephew, my wife's sister's son, is going to go, and that's Bon Jovi, Madison Square Garden, his first show since 22. I think it's 22. Do I think Mitch McConnell is already dead? No, no. Given the number of Capitol Police vehicles that are constantly at that hospital, they're guarding somebody. If he was dead, there'd be no reason. And no, I don't think there's a big cover up. No. Those are some interesting numbers, Primate. With birthright citizenship because oh, and they're going to listen. The birthright citizenship argument is not done yet. There are two prominent Republicans, one of which is not Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. I got Mitch on the brain because everybody's talking about him. Um, Two prominent Republicans that have introduced bills to ban birthright citizenship for people born in this country to undocumented immigrants, which is a moot fucking point. All that's going to happen is that that's going to get challenged and make its way right back up to this Supreme Court, where they're going to say, once again, no, the 14th Amendment is extraordinarily clear in its verbiage. It's not as vague as the Second Amendment is. The 14th Amendment is crystal clear. It specifically says it's the first fucking line of the amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens. All persons. To to be able to just pass a bill that says the 14th Amendment is going to be interpreted this way, and we are no longer going to allow people born in this country that we don't like or we don't care for to be citizens of this country, then any Congress can pass any bill that interprets any amendment, right? If the Republicans get to say that the 14th Amendment means that even though it says all persons born in the United States are citizens, but it means if they're going to be able to say through legislation, but what they really meant was dot dot dot, then when we take power, we can do that as well. Well, what they really meant with the Second Amendment was dot dot dot, right? Have I heard of ELO? Yeah. Well, I'm not going to agree with that statement about Israel. I mean, I'm not very happy with Israel, the Israeli government, and haven't been for quite some time, but I'm certainly not going to go that far. Exactly, Tech. Candace, thank you very much. Nancy Mace is a disgusting, grotesque, pathetic excuse for a human being. There is nothing but evilness and vile about her to her very fucking core. Like a horrible, horrible human being. Horrible. But Tom, she wanted to release the Epstein files. Yeah, horrible people do good things from time to time too. At least Nancy Mace won't be lonely in hell. Do you guys know? Hang on a second, I'll pull up some analytics. But do you guys know V Sphere from Under the Desk News? Are you guys familiar with that account? Whether it be here on YouTube or any of the other social media sites, predominantly TikTok. Are you guys? Do you know who V is? Really? Wow, never heard of them. No. Okay, you guys really got to watch Under the Desk News. I know that they have a YouTube channel. They're predominantly on TikTok. Um, it it's a very good source of news, and I think done very very well. I had an opportunity to interview V. Um, they gave a small content creator like me an opportunity to get him on a live and talk, or get him on a podcast and talk to him. They posted this morning on Twitter, quote, "Why isn't anybody attending the America 250 festival?" End quote. Answer: because Turning Point USA is not chartering buses to ship people there like they did on January 6th. Damn. Damn. Have you heard about Trump's printer lady who was apparently obsessed with him? Yeah, it makes my stomach turn every time I think about it. He has an assistant. He has an aide called the human. They refer to as the human printer. She runs and grabs all of the bullshit that he's constantly printing off to show people, and she is in close proximity to him, damn near around the clock. Now there is a ton of reporting out there that says that she's in close proximity to him, not just to go run get these printable errands for him, but also because she carries and participates. She changes him when he has accidents, and she's always seen from here or there, everywhere, carrying this big duffel bag around of shit around with her, and it is now being reported through more than a few different people that she's fucking around with him. That there's a and she's like, I don't know, 20 something, maybe 30 something, very young, uh, uh, compared to him. And how does that work? You change him, you clean him, and then you service him? Like, how does that work? The actual fuck. Oh, don't be apologizing to Iranian government. I mean, they're massively oppressive. But what we're doing over there is dead fucking wrong. We have no business being there. It's thunderstorming here on July 4th. Couldn't be happier. Where are you at, Tech, if you don't mind me asking? And if you've already said it and it went past me, my apologies. That's the other thing. I heard that she's sort of a nurse. Like he's in bad shape. Oh, you're in Illinois? You're getting thunderstorms on the 4th. I see nothing but clear, well, hot and clear here for us, but you got thunderstorms, huh? Thank you for the dog. A night nurse, but she's with him all day too. Like she is constantly with him. Oh, you're in Olympia Fields. You're right down I-80 ish. Your dad's been in bad shape for 20 years. My dad was in bad shape for fucking, yeah, probably 30 ever since he had his Whipple surgery. On your comment about liberals who are in the Catholic Church, that they shouldn't belong because of the terrible things that the church did, how do you avoid applying that reasoning of being an American? I'm an American by birth. I didn't choose to be born here. I didn't ask to be born here. I chose to. And while I understand that I can make the decision to leave, you're comparing becoming an expatriate, giving up your citizenship and moving to a country that you've never been to with changing churches? Come on, man. Is that really a fucking comparison? People who go to Catholic churches do so because they believe in the religion, they believe in the doctrine, they believe, and that's fine. That's awesome. And there are millions of Catholics that are no problem whatsoever. But the Catholic Church has a documented history of systematic sexual abuse of children. The Catholic Church as an organization covered it up for decades, moved uh, pr- uh, 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 religious leaders who abuse children from parish to parish to parish to cover it up and hide it, knowing that they were still doing it. This isn't like trying to give up your fucking station in life as an American and go live in fucking Costa Rica. Just don't go to that fucking church anymore. I said it in a video before. If you found out that Home Depot managers were as many Home Depot managers sexually abused as many children in Home Depot stores over the same course of time as happened in the Catholic Church with preachers, with priests, you would never. And the Home Depot as an organization moved those managers from store to store to store to hide it and cover it up, and knowing it was still happening. You would never buy another piece of lawn equipment from Home Depot again. You would never go that they would go under. The Catholic Church does it, and people still go on Sunday and dig into their pocket and go, "Here's my money." And they're allowed to do so. It's a free fucking country. I'm allowed to say I don't fucking grasp that concept. And maybe it's just because I just view the whole goddamn thing differently. Maybe that's what it is. My God is not an invisible being that looks just like my species floating in some heaven above the clouds. That's not my God. My God is the earth that you're walking on. And I only use the term God because that's the terminology that everybody likes to discuss. My God is the thing that all things come from. You and everything you have came from this earth. And you and everything you have will eventually go back to the earth in some way, shape, or form. That's God. We created that God because we don't know where we came from. And here's the thing, I don't know that our minds can comprehend where we came from, because no matter which story you listen to, if you listen to the religious story, if you listen to the creationist story, God created the heavens and earths and everything in it. And if you listen to my side, the atheist story, everything that exists started, the whole goddamn thing started with a big bang from a single atom. But with both stories, what you will never get is, where did it come from? If God created everything, where did God come from? And if a single atom created everything, where did the single atom come from? And neither side can give you an answer, because the human brain cannot comprehend something out of nothing. And when you just keep going back and back and back, and you're trying to figure out where we all came from, there has to be a beginning point for the human brain. And the religious people tell you that God just always is, and the atheist people won't be able to tell you where that single atom came from. So we're not going to know. We're just not. So as a result of it, I know that I have a limited number of a limited number of years on this planet. I know that I have, like every other human being, a finite amount of time being alive, and I choose not to spend that time worshiping something I can't see, I don't believe in, and I, I don't think exists. I am 54 years old. If I live to be 74 years old, I got 20 years left. My father died at 72. My grandfather died at 82. And you never know when your time is coming. But my point being is, if I live to be older than my own father, I got 20 years left. And that's not 20, let's go fucking climb the stairs at Machu Picchu years. You know what I mean? That's 20 years of existing. Some of those are going to be somebody wiping your ass years type of thing. You know what I mean? I don't have time to worship something I think is imaginary. Here's what I got time to do. Next week, I'm going to New York City for a few days. Towards the end of the month, I'm going down to Miami. I'm getting on a cruise ship and I'm going to Mexico, Honduras, and Belize. Earlier this year, I went down to Orlando. In September, I'm going to take my son to his first concert. Um, that's what I'm going to look forward to. That's what I'm going to do. It seems like a genuine comfort to those who can, right? I know I'm going to live forever. Okay. Oh, Loretta. That's the one that's going to kick my ass the most. That's the one that's going to put me down for a fucking day. I haven't been to a concert since 1995. Going to that concert is going to kick my fucking ass. Yeah. And we're on the field. We're at Notre Dame Stadium and we're on the field. Yeah. Oh, oh. You got the opening act to go through and then all of AC/DC. We're not going to get out of there until midnight, 1 in the morning. Oh, dead man. Dead man walking. Yeah, he's never been to a concert before, so this is going to be his first concert. Um, AC/DC, Notre Dame Stadium, on the field, and then the opening act is Pretty Reckless. It's a goth band with a female singer, and that woman who sings was the little girl who played Cindy Lou Who in the Jim Carrey Grinch Who Stole Christmas movie. She grew up to be a goth band singer. So that's that. The concert that Renee is going to next week is in Madison Square Garden, and it's Bon Jovi. Um, he had some damage to vocal cords, so they like installed like a 3D printed part of a vocal cord for him. He hasn't done a show since like 22 or 23, and he announced like I don't know if it's 6 or 8 shows at Madison Square Garden, and I don't know, just a few over in UK and Ireland as a test run to see how the vocal cords work and to see if they want to do a full tour. And so since there is no promise of a full tour like them coming to Chicago, I got my wife and our nephew tickets to that show, and I bought a third one for somebody to go in with my wife, and I was going to go in with her if need be, but I just really didn't want to go see. I don't need to go see Bon Jovi. I just want her to have a good time with her nephew, with our nephew, but it's her sister's son, who and the two of them are really into this, and this is kind of like their thing, you know. Seen a million faces, or is it 1,000 faces? And I've rocked them all. Why are you asking me about suing you for liking smash burgers? I don't care if you like smash burgers. Like them if you want to. Tech savvy. Thank you very much for the $2 tip. My last concert
Fall Out Boy at Wrigley. My last concert was the Grateful Dead at Soldier Field. So, um, yeah, I am going to be dragging ass after AC/DC. And the fucked up part about it is he's still 14 years old. The motherfucker can't even drive us back to the goddamn hotel. George, thank you very much for the $2 tip. Appreciate it. Oh, Gump, I'm in bed by 9:30. At a minimum, in bed doing some doom scrolling. I haven't seen midnight, and I don't know when. Take an Uber from the hotel to the concert. I was seriously thinking about it. The Uber back is probably going to be a bitch, But I'm wondering if I can't dial that in because I can't like pre-order an Uber for the end of the concert because you don't never know when it's going to end. You wake up at 4 in the morning? Fuck me, like on purpose? Oh, listen, he's going to have a blast, and it's going to be. And our nephew, this is his first concert in New York as well. Thank you, situation. That's I think I don't want to fight the fucking shit at the stadium with like the parking. I went to sleep around 3 last night. Woke up around 7:30. I've been up since 3:30. Oh man. So the last job I had, I worked for myself. I had my own landscape company, and my truck and trailer were parked in my driveway. My crew got here at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I would get up 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning when I was doing that. But I haven't had a crew since December of 17, and I retired in February of 18. So from February of 18 until now, if it wasn't for my son's school schedule, I wouldn't have anywhere to fucking be. Wouldn't matter what fucking time it was or what fucking day it was. Well, it would matter what day it was for like putting the water jugs out for the water guy to bring new jugs of water and shit like that. But I mean, that's it. Um, so yeah, I sometimes, and I do apologize. I sometimes forget that people have to get up at 4:35, 5:30 to get ready to go to work and shit. 40 fucking years old. My back's fucked. My knees are fucked, and I got 20 more years of this shit. What do you do, Gump? And be as general or as specific as you choose to be. Uh, just wait for Tom the third becomes 16. You have to deal with him staying up late. Yeah, I know. He already stays up late during summer break and shit. Yeah, he already does. And I can't wait for him to turn fucking 16 so I can give him my car and say, "Oh, you need to be there? Fucking go." Just like we did with the girls. Both of the girls had a car when they were 16 years old. They had the driver's license when they turned 16, and there was a car. Now, different circumstances for the girls, and him as obviously Maggie's car was the one that my father left behind when he passed away. So it was just natural for us to give her that car. Lily's car we bought when we bought a new car for Maggie a few years after she had gotten her license, a new used car, and we picked up Lily's car, and Tommy's going to get my Jeep, my Cherokee. Is driving the same as driving drunk? Driving high the same as driving drunk? I would imagine it's probably pretty close. The haircut. This is what we call the Johnny Unitas. It's a haircut you can set your watch to. It's low maintenance. Thank you again for the $2 tip. My first vehicle was a Tao Tao moped, had it for 7 years. My first vehicle was a, Buick Sunbird, two-door hatchback, all red interior, manual, everything. Keep the car as remembrance of father, huh? I must have missed part of something. You can have your weed delivered right to your hotel in New York. First car, an '89 Ford Bronco. First car was an '80 Plymouth Arrow hatchback. I've said this before. You hate driving? Really? Mine was an '87 Hyundai Pony that only ran with the choke out. We called it the Beast. Jetta first vehicle, but I took out the when you were 12. My first car, 95 Grand Prix GT. Why did Mama Powell ghost you after the second date? Renee, I freaked Renee out when we went on our first 2 dates. I scared the shit out of her. She was still married, separated from her husband and going through a divorce, but legally married. She did not want a relationship. She wanted to live. She married the guy she was dating in high school. So, I mean, she was not interested in getting a divorce from him and jumping into another relationship. I had just spent several years living on the road in a nomadic way and was really, 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 really wanting to settle down. We went out on a Friday night and then the following day on a Saturday. And at the end of the Saturday night date, I looked at her and I told her I was going to marry her. And she was like, I'm out. I didn't hear from her for 6 fucking weeks. And then she paged me out of the blue, and I was hanging out at a bar with some friends. And I was like, yeah, whatever. If you want to see me, this is where I'm at. And she came out to see me. And so, 87 Pontiac Le Mans, the GTO's little bro. You sound like a car guy. '01 Ford Mercury Sable. Uh, I I told her on the second date I was going to marry her. I mean, that's, I think, proof enough. And here we are almost 30 years later. My daughter also takes Chicago public transportation from time to time. Yes, Carla, it does. I need to check on my anal itics. 21 Mustang, the custom racing stripes that you painted yourself. That is a scar on my forehead. Talking about this, where I fell out of a tree working when I was cutting branches on an extraordinarily hot day. And I did not stay properly hydrated. And I was up in a tree. As I stated before, I woke up to my crew, an entirely immigrant Hispanic crew from Mexico, standing over me going, Orale, he's dead. He's dead. I must have given out some type of little or something because I do remember somebody going, "Oh, he's alive." Like, yeah, motherfuckers, I'm alive. How about you get me the fuck up off the ground and into an air conditioned? Please, come on, Jesus Christ, man! You guys are poking me with sticks and shit. They weren't actually poking me with sticks, and they didn't actually say that to him. But yeah, that's how I got that scar. Was working on the North Shore for a landscape. I was a foreman for a landscape crew, and we were supposed to be doing all kinds of cleanup at this multifamily property, including zipping a couple of branches, not major anything major. So I climbed up the tree with the chainsaw, but like I said, I didn't. I just back then I wasn't hydrating properly, and I passed the fuck out. And we weren't a tree company. We were a landscape company. So like I didn't have all of that fancy gear. I wasn't fucking tied off and shit like that. I was just fucking sitting on a branch up in a tree with a chainsaw, zipping some fucking dead branches when I fucking passed out. I don't even know what that means, going to different schools together. What was the one thing that you never got used to in your years of landscaping? One thing I never got used to in my years of landscaping. Tires. Oh my god, I fucking hate tires. I fucking hate tires with a passion. Tires. I never got used to tires blowing and constantly having to replace tires, but um, the stupidity. It has to be the stupidity. Like I worked 20 years for other landscape companies before I started my own company, and then I had mine for 6 before I retired. And the ignorance of people, the stupidity of people. I would literally be sitting in my landscape truck that had on this fucking door, the side, and we're talking about a big green crew cab Chevy 3500 dually with wood sides, pulling a 20-foot white enclosed trailer. And down the side of the fucking truck and the side of the fucking trailer, Powell Landscaping with my phone number and my website. Big as fucking shit. Got a crew on the site wearing Powell Landscaping t-shirts. I am in a fucking Powell Landscaping t-shirt, and I'm sitting in my truck doing some work, and somebody would walk up to the fucking to the window and go, "Hey, you do landscaping?" No, we're on a sting. We're undercover. This is surveillance. You're blowing our cover. These men out here that are walking around this property, they're doing this so that we can surveil who's inside. I need you to move along, sir. The fuck do you think I do, motherfucker? It says fucking landscaping right down the fucking side of the fucking truck. I'm pulling a 20-foot long, 10-foot tall white fucking billboard behind me in the form of this enclosed trailer that also has Powell Landscaping, big as fuck on the side of it. Hey, you do landscaping? No, I'm a freelance gynecologist. You want me to take a look? I do improvisational balloon art. You want to book me? It's a food truck for herbivores. Are you having a problem realizing it's a 4th of July show at the White House, not a 1st of July celebration? What? It's a food. We did that one. You should say you're laying pipe. Well, I don't have to do it anymore. I've been out of landscaping since February of 2018. Wow. Holy shit. I didn't realize it was that fucking long. That I have been out of my chosen profession. It's freaking hot. Yes, it is. Why do people who call themselves vegan got a problem with me eating beef? Asks Crimson Tide. Um, because they believe it's cruel and to kill and process animals and eat them. So that's why. No, I think I'm done landscaping other than at my home. Providing this continues to work. If this falls apart, then yeah, I'll be right back into landscaping again for sure. When Renee lost her job, when Renee's company folded on the last day of May 2024, I started putting out resumes. I was like, I time to go back to work. And Renee said, put out the resumes, and I'm going to keep putting out resumes. She said to me, but let me see if I can monetize what you have already built on social media. Um, and I was like, I was like, I literally said to her, we're not going to make any fucking money on social media. We got to forget that. We need to go back to work. I need to go back to work. I need to go back into landscaping. And she kept saying, just, yes, put out your resume, but let me see if I can monetize it. And she monetized YouTube. And I was like, okay, we're not going to make enough money doing it. We can make some. And then I was like, oh, okay. So like that November, I made on TikTok shop selling products. So let's say, it was like this gimbal that you put your phone in and you walk around it. Somebody would send me a free one of these to do a video on, and I would do a video, and then I get commissioned for every one sold, right from the link, right. That November, I made 12,000 in commission doing TikTok shop, and I was like, okay, but that when we all agreed that that was a freak because it's Christmas shopping, and I made hello. And I made a few $100s on YouTube. And then December came and I made like $5,600 in commission on TikTok shop and like $1,100 on YouTube. And then January came and I thought, you know what, if I can maybe cobble this together, because in January I made, I don't know, I was like back to normal sales, and I was like, okay, I still made like 3, 4,000 in TikTok shop commission, but I also made like 4,500 or $5,000 on YouTube, and I was like, okay, if I can cobble all of this together, I can create an income from all of this that I don't have to go back to work landscaping. And then February, that first February hit, and I was like, oh, 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 okay. And like, I haven't even really focused on TikTok shop since then. Um, but yeah, you need some vegetables. So meat still, but so what the fuck? Okay, another times you're annoying as fuck. No, no offense, but that's just stupid, annoying shit. And I typically mute people who do the all cap shit anyway. There was a landscaping company in Beatrice, New England, at the old Earl May building. What's the old Earl May building, if you don't mind me asking? The monsoon season has arrived here in Mumbai. Jimmy, how you doing? Rain expected for the next 2 months. We need the water, and it cools things off. Streets got flooded down. Yeah, see, that's the downside there. Hi from Germany. Guten Tag. They did garden stuff. Okay. What's going on? Is somebody going after somebody named Crimson? Or am I missing something? I'm having existential questions. I'm thinking of destroying the world. There's no more purpose left. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Whatever, dude. Hey, hey from Illinois. Was that my scientist comment? Tom didn't hear you. I, I'm so fucking lost. Excuse me a moment while I get found. No, somebody else was talking in all caps with every comment, and they were stupid comments, so it annoyed me. This person who says, there's no purpose left in the world, I'm going to destroy it. It reminds me of people that say, why the fuck do I got to go to work? Why the fuck do I got to pay taxes? I didn't ask to be born, right? And I understand the sentiment. I truly do. But whenever I hear it, I'm always like, man, am I the only motherfucker that is happy to be alive? Like, I don't think that there's an afterlife. I don't think there's a soul, there's a heaven, there's a hell, there's a God, there's a devil, there's any of that shit. So this is what we got. And I want all of the days. I want to live to be 250 years old. Uh, when people go, I didn't ask to be born, and none of us asked to be born, but God damn it, are you not happy that you're alive? Is there no part of your life that brings you joy? Every fucking, and maybe it's because of my upbringing. When I was 13 years old, I ran away from my mom's house to escape a physically abusive household. And every fucking day I wake up and somebody ain't laying their fucking hands on me is a fan. I'm still alive. And ain't nobody laying their fucking hands on me. That's a fucking win. Even the shitty days are good days. Ray, please stop with the all caps. I hate the all caps. And I ask respectfully, but just please stop so I don't have to mute you. Animals are all doing fine, all inside, all taken care of. All three bird baths filled up at 6:30 this morning. Bird feeders all filled up this morning at 7 o'clock. The peanuts put out in the dishes for the animals. The plants have all been watered. The garden has been watered. And I'm shaving our long haired cat today. He's got to learn how to clean himself better. He's got mats again. Plus, he's the long haired cat. So, yeah, we're into it today. Today's the day. Today's the day. You're in the office listening. What do you do, Chris, if you don't mind me asking? Sitting on the dock of the bay. Should be legal everywhere. You shaved your cat last week. Was it? Are you? Did you really shave your cat, or is that a euphemism? You brought a one-eyed cat with you from Vermont to Mumbai, dude. That you are fucking with that cat's head. The long-haired cat is Freddie Mercury. You work for a financial firm in quality assurance. Roger that. Welcome. Hello, Chris. Okay, Tom. Start swearing loudly, laughing my ass off for Chris' office. I had that song in my head early this morning. No, for real. It's hot as hell in South Alabama. I can imagine if it's as hot as it is here right now, you guys must be fucking roasting on a spit. Your cat went from a one-bedroom apartment to a four-bedroom. Nice. Nice. Ben, um, what? Oh, I'm starting to get YouTube commentary back in, filtering back in. Yeah, we got one of them fat ones. No, if a cat is panting, they got problems. Proud to be an American, numbers are down. That's not surprising. The mosquitoes can be a bit much here, but I also have a service that comes in and sprays every 6 weeks. They spray a fog mist around the entire property, up underneath the deck, up into the trees, all over the place, and it treats predominantly mosquitoes, but also ticks and some other things. Yeah, that's another thing. You got to get out and you got to mow early, or you got to wait and mow late. She's fine now that you shaved her. Good. Brother, I love your message. I'm a huge fan. Gonna throw this out. When Trump calls us Democrats, at least we aren't rape publicans. I mean, accurate as fuck, right? You hate ticks. I think everybody universally hates ticks. I don't think I've ever met anybody in the 54 years that I have been gracing this earth with the imprint of my foot heard say, man, I love ticks. And if there is a motherfucker out there that has said that, that's weird. Man, I understand what you're saying, Fama. I am 54 years old. I'm a Gen Xer. I was raised on lead in my paint and hose water. They lined us up in school and gave us fucking shots in our arms. I don't even know if my parents knew about it, if I'm being completely fucking honest with you. We ate some of the weirdest shit. I followed the dead for 3 years, worked for a carnival for one. I'm not worried about whatever's in that fucking fog. I'm not worried about whatever's in Roundup. I still use Roundup. I used Roundup my entire landscape career, and I still use it. And you know, it. You like the superhero, the Tick? I didn't know that there was a superhero named the Tick. Supposedly anti-free. Wow, Catman, don't be telling people that. Have an awesome day. Hey, Spicy Production, take it easy. Then you support Monsanto. Yeah, you know something? I'm going to be completely honest with you. There is no way in getting around most of the companies that we want to not support. Do you have paper towels or toilet paper or paper plates or paper napkins or paper cutlery anywhere in your house? If you do, you gave your money to the Koch brothers and Koch industry, as they control over 90% of that industry in the United States of America. If you put gas in your car, then you contribute to big oil companies. It's just, it's the way life is. You can do your level best to avoid as many companies as humanly possible, but you are never going to avoid giving your money to a major corporation that you don't like. Yes, the Supreme Court botched it, I believe, on their ruling, their decision on campaign financing, and I believe that they botched it when it came to states being allowed to ban trans athletes. Those were two very bad decisions, in my opinion. Obviously, I believe that they got it right when it comes to birthright citizenship. Meat and eggs every day? No, I have not seen him. I've seen a bunny die from poisoning from Roundup. I wasn't right with my dad for a while. That's why a general strike won't work. We can't stop work and we can't stop buying. A general strike will never. work in this country. It's just you're never going to get it to happen. Love the idea. Love the idea. It is not realistically feasible. A boycott works. Ask Budweiser. Ask the company that's still in business and making millions of dollars. It was a blip on the radar for them. They're still running. Bud Light just fucking sponsored the UFC event at the White House. I mean, it's just got to be realistic with some of these things, man. And you are never going to get the entire nation to strike. It's just not. Things have to get a hell of a lot worse. And I know that that's weird to say before you are going to get everybody in the working class in this country, right, left, and center, to go, yeah, fuck that. I'm not going in. I hate it when that happens, Fama, when you're trying to, yeah. That's why I started using the arrow because it kind of brings you to the bottom. But yeah, right out of the fucking live. Gotta hate that shit. Guys, if you could please keep tapping the heart button, it does help the live a lot. Just hit that like you're flicking the bean, you know what I mean? Do you think the Atlanta Braves should change their nickname? Here's what I think. There's a lot of this. You got from the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indians here in my state. The state has officially given all schools a period of time to change their names if they have something like Redskins or something like that. So a couple of towns over, they were the Morris Redskins, and they just changed their name and logo to comply with the new Illinois law. Here's what I think. Sorry. I'm not Native American. So I'm not the one that should be saying whether they should or shouldn't. It ain't my fucking place, right? I have opinions. I think the term Redskins was a slur, so it shouldn't be used as a nickname, right? Um, Indians, I don't think was used as a slur, but once again, I'm not to say. The Braves, I don't know. It's kind of like the Blackhawks in Chicago, right? There are terms that I think are viewed more offensive than other terms. Some terms that are viewed as actually being uh, of honor, honoring and remembering people. But once again, I'm not the fucking person to say. I'm just not. I don't know if they should or should. If there's some fucking sports team out there called the, so and so Dagos, then I got a fucking thing to say, right? Here in India, we get real Coca Cola with sugar. I've tried that shit. Don't like it. Got it from Mexico. Like Mexico and most of the rest of the world. US probably only place with soda with high fructose corn syrup. And that's what we were raised on, or well, we've had for years, not necessarily raised on, but have had for years. And I just, yeah, when I've had the Coke with the real sugar, I'm like, that just doesn't taste good. But if that's what you gave exclusively to the next generation, that would be their idea of a really tasty Coke. And if they ever had one of ours, it would be like, oh, that's gross. What did Springboard say, Conley, if you don't mind me asking? Coke and Pepsi switched to high fructose corn syrup in the 80s before then used real sugar. I'm addicted to Dr. Pepper, says Mark Q, 4192. Addicted to? Like you wake up in the morning and you have the shakes? Interesting. I didn't even see the comment. Hang on here. Trans in women's sport is like allowing steroids. It's not fair. If men can't compete in women's sports, neither should be trans. Okay. Do not mute any more of these people. I want to talk to them. To the person that said that, 4662. I don't think you understand the levels of transitioning that have to occur before a person that was born biologically male can compete in female athletics. It is not just, hey, I'm going to go play on the fucking women's team. It is actually years of hormone therapy and medical treatment and testing of their testosterone levels before they're ever qualified. Okay. No, I don't remember you, and please stop with the all caps or my mods are going to mute you. So it isn't just, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. We got just dumb fucks waking up now. It isn't just some boy is going to go decide to compete in the girls' sports. That's not how it works. It's not how it's ever worked. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Da-da, 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 da-da. Them kids were fast as lightning. How am I this morning? I'm fine. I'm hanging out, chilling. Indeed, Brian. Indeed. Nah, not really addicted. Just love Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I understand that. One of the guys that worked for me was a Dr. Pepper freak. Oh my God. Just absolutely shit hammered Dr. Pepper. Taco Bill here in India sucks though. See, that's brutal. Why is trans women in sports even a conversation when we still have mass shootings in America? Well, I mean, the two are separate issues, but I don't understand why it's an issue at all because of the steps that the athletes have to go through in order to qualify, and the fact that there are so few of them. Your cat likes to sleep on your part of the bed, right on. Dr. Pepper floats, diabetes in a bowl. Would they drink water? Hmm? Frank's doing fine. How mad am I going to be if the Bears move to Indiana? You're relatively new here, I'm going to guess. I'm not a Bears fan in any way, shape, or form. I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan, my friend. I don't give a fuck where the Bears move to. But in a perfect world, the Chicago Bears would be playing in an open air stadium with a closable roof along Chicago's lakefront. That's not going to happen. They're leaving the city of Chicago. I don't think they're going to Indiana. I think they're going to Arlington Heights. But if they went to Indiana, fine, fuck the team up even more. You know what I mean? I think that the Chicago Bears ownership has ruined what should be no, what is the flagship team in the NFL. There is no NFL without Papa Bear Hallis. Papa Bear Hallis called the meeting of the original owners together in that area, in that parking lot where the Football Hall of Fame currently sits in Ohio, and it formed the NFL. Papa Bear Hallis is the reason why it all happened, and his family, his legacy, that the family that has owned it since then has turned it into a fucking doormat. So let him move to Arlington Heights. Let him move to Indiana. Let him move to fucking Idaho. I don't fucking care. The city of Chicago should immediately petition the NFL for a new team. If anybody's going to move, we get first dibs and let them go. Fuck them. Minot, North Dakota. There you go. Of McDonald's breakfast items, like sandwiches, I should say, specifically their breakfast sandwiches. Yes, the sausage McMuffin is a good one. The sausage McGriddle is my favorite, followed by the sausage McMuffin, and then probably like the sausage biscuit. And no, I don't do egg on any of them. Here's the one that I do like: the bagel. Put a slice of cheese. Get the egg off of there. Give me the sausage patty and a couple of strips of bacon. Bacon, sausage, and uh, cheese on their bagel. Nice, nice. Those are the breakfast sandwiches that you get to go when you're doing a road trip. We got 7.5 hours or 6.5 hours to go. Everybody grab a McDonald's breakfast. You got a drink in hand. All right, we're hitting the fucking road. We're not stopping for a couple hours. Let's go. Yes, I am a Colts fan. That is true. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Had that for breakfast. The McGrill is so sweet, though. Yes, that's why I like it. It's got a little sweetness to it with that baked in syrup. Yeah, the Bears keep charging, like all other sports teams, more and more and more and more and more for putting a more inferior product on the field every goddamn year. Let them move. Fuck them. But once again, in a perfect world, the Bears would be doing well every year because the ownership actually gives a shit about putting a winning product on the field. And they would be playing in a stadium along the lakefront that is state of the art, maximum capacity, has a closable roof, but they play with the roof open as football should be played. That's one of the big problems I have with my Indianapolis Colts. We're closing the roof today. It's a little chilly. It's football, motherfucker. Close the roof when you're having a concert. Bears fans every year when the copium runs out. Never went to college, nor did I. I didn't even finish high school. We're talking about McDonald's breakfast. We're not talking about their burgers. We're talking about their breakfast. Egg sandwiches. See, I was never a big fan of hash browns. Thanks to Papa Powell with all the fireworks on the 4th. Yes. My dad's birthday coming up. I believe my father would be 83 if he were alive. Yeah, he'd be, if he were alive, he'd be 1 year older than his father was when he passed. Why do you hide your wife from us? Tell her to come out from under the bed. My wife has her own channel and does her own content, and ain't nobody hiding anything. Where her and I go live every Saturday night together. All of those lives are on my channel in the form of a video. Who does the French toast strips? I've not done French toast strips. I love French toast, and I've seen the strips. Fried apple pie is back at McDonald's. I saw that. Now, I've never been a fan of apple pie, so I've never eaten them, but I saw that the old, long, crunchy, deep fried apple pies are back. And then I saw a woman on TikTok who had the apple pie, the returned crunchy apple pie, and a caramel. Sunday, and she was dipping and eating. And people in the comment section were like, so simple, yet didn't think of it. Spicy nuggets. See, that's what I'm talking about. Across the board, Wendy's has a good spicy nug. You know what I mean? I am gonna have to go get myself. It's almost 11 o'clock. I do got to go get myself something to eat right now, though, because if I go much longer, I can feel myself beginning to have the shakety shakies. So don't know if I'm going to be live later on this afternoon, but I am going to be live tonight with a guest, Danielle Kirk, who is going to come on and talk about sustainable Appalachian living and how, from generation to generation, being good stewards of the land is taught in the Appalachian region. It's going to be 7 o'clock tonight here on YouTube. All right. Set a reminder. Peace.